if you're just starting out your Terraform journey as well, Terraform is an infrastructure as code language. Now, it is a coding language written in HCL, which is HashiCorp, the company who own Terraform. HashiCorp spelled HashiCorp, infrastructure cloud company. Now, they have a coding language, HashiCorp configuration language, in which it allows declarative coding for configurations. So if you think about it, normal coding, you have like unlimited possibilities, right? Whereas in Terraform, if you're using infrastructure as code, say to build an Azure project, you only have like a set number of resources, right, that you can use in Azure, and you can only configure them in certain ways. So there's a predetermined amount. And so this IAC, it leverages this cloud computing idea where you write code, and this code will say something like, build me a VM, create me a network for the VM, give me a public IP address for that VM, blah blah blah. And so the benefit, as you can probably see from this infrastructure as code, is when you have this coded into a file, you can then save it and you can run it to create all this stuff in the cloud, right? Then you can run it again to destroy it, right? So kind of like deallocating the resources, basically saying to the cloud, we don't need it anymore. And the power of this means that we can spin it up and bring it back down whenever we want, essentially, as well as always have the configuration written down. So instead of just having like a document that says we want a VM, we want it with this operating system, we want it with this amount of gig memory, we want it with this RAM, blah blah blah, right? And then you have to go here and you have to go to portal.azure and click, and then the guy says, oh, my computer doesn't work, mate, it's not working. And you're like, well, I'm sure I clicked it, and then you go check and you've clicked this wrong and blah blah blah, right? Nightmare. This here, you just basically, you click run and it runs. Bit different, you apply it, but blah blah blah. So this example here in Terraform, how Terraform does this is it has a state file, and in this state file it has the resources that Terraform manages. So all of this here, all these resources are kind of in this state file, right? And so the actual commands to run it, which we'll get to, is the main ones are an init. So you want to initialize it, right? Because you have to basically tell Terraform that we have a provider. We want to initialize that. You get a plan, which is saying, right, I've written this code, now show me what you think I'm going to build. Another one next is apply, and that's saying, right, build the stuff I've written. And then the other one is destroy. So basically you can imagine init is basically saying, right, check the provider stuff, make sure that there is a connection here that would work. Plan is saying, right, what would build here. Apply is building it or allocating it essentially, and destroy is deallocating it.